Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I am coming to you live from Schluntz Gym on the campus of Brookline High School in Brookline, Massachusetts. It's Friday night at Schluntz, and you know what that means. It's Brookline basketball time. Today's contest pits the 7th-seeded Brookline High Warriors against the visiting Milton High Wildcats. Brookline coming into this contest off of a dominant victory over Division II Walpole earlier this week. Their most dominant performance so far, as they improved to, I believe, 10-1 on the season with that victory. 84-52, I believe, was the mark, and the scoring spread was fantastic for Brookline. Even with their highest scoring output of the season, not a single player scored more than 16 points. That just tells you how well spread things were. It was the most complete game Brookline has played all season, and a real momentum booster after the team suffered its first loss of the season in an upset to Braintree last week. Going through that scoring rotation from Tuesday for a second, because seriously, what an impressive outing that was. Devani Perez led the team with 16 points. Andrew Alexeyenko was not far behind with 15. Jack Stanton had his best game of the year so far with 12. Jalen Haynes went off with 3 3-pointers and finished with a total of 11 points off the bench. Probably his best game of the season so far. Jake Edwards added another 8 points off the bench. And then 3 players tallied 6 points apiece. Mikhail Hayes out of the starting lineup, and Jaden Mazzara and Sean Ebanks off the bench. And then rounding out the scoring was 4 points from Zach Solom. So a very impressive outing that they're coming off. You know, granted, it was a team that on paper they should have beaten. And on paper they should have beaten by a lot, and they did. But they were coming off a week where they had a pair of games against teams that on paper they should have beaten by a lot, and they didn't. Cambridge Ringe made it a close game with a furious fourth quarter comeback, and Braintree ultimately came through with a big upset win to deal Brookline its first loss of the year. So Brookline trying to get back into form. Tuesday was a big step. Of course, that coming after a nice win on the road against Bridgewater Raynham. That one, I believe, was an 80-68 victory. So back-to-back games scoring at least 80. Brookline is really finding its offensive rhythm after being held to, I believe, 48 points by Braintree. They've really adjusted so far. Can they keep that going, make it 3 wins in a row, and make it an 11-1 record? We got about 5 minutes left on the pregame clock. Let's take a look at the rosters for today. We'll start with the visitors. Over here on my left, the Milton High Wildcats. Going in order of jersey number, first off, a senior co-captain, number 1, Ryan Kelly. A sophomore, number 2, Patrick Miller. A junior, number 3, John Glover. Another junior, number 4, Luke Salmon. A senior, number 10, Bensley Byron. A senior, number 13, Jordan Kufra. A sophomore, number 14, Luke Haley. A senior, number 15, Chase Vaughan. A senior co-captain, number 24, Gregory Domino. A senior, number 30, Marcus Olivier. A junior, number 31, Roderick Tobin. A senior co-captain, number 33, Amari Marsman. A senior, number 34, James Tobin. A senior, number 45, Esteban Rodriguez. And finally, a senior, number 55, John Cisse. Head coach of the Milton High School boys basketball team is Billy Donovan, with assistant coaches Greg Lennon and Tom Felon. So that is the roster for the visiting Milton High Wildcats. Now let's turn our attention over to the team on my right, the hosting Brookline High Warriors. Also going in order of jersey number, first off, we have a sophomore, number 1, Andrew Alexeyenko. A senior, number 2, Sean Ebanks. A senior co-captain, number 10, Zach Solom. A senior, number 12, Jake Edwards. A junior, number 14, Taj Horowitz. A junior, number 15, Mikhail Hayes. A junior, number 21, Zach Weissman. A junior, number 22, Jalen Haynes. A senior, number 23, Jaden Mazzara. A senior co-captain, number 25, Devani Perez. A senior, number 33, Jack Stanton. And finally, a senior, number 34, Obi Ukamadu. Head coach of the Brookline High boys basketball team is Courtney Valentine, with assistant coaches Malcolm Wynn, Scott Huggins, and Renato Andrade. So that is the roster for the Brookline High Warriors. Most recently ranked 7th in the Boston Globe poll that came out 3 days ago. And that was right before their game against Walpole. They were also ranked 2nd in Division I in the MIAA Power Rankings, but that was back on the 21st. That was before their first loss to Braintree. So both those rankings likely to change soon enough. Remember, if you're enjoying the broadcast, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all my upcoming live streams, and feel free to engage in the live chat. I love the audience participation, I always do, and we got a couple already. And from Justin Jackson, Brookline should still be undefeated. And I agree with you, Justin, the team is strong enough that it should still be undefeated, but at the same time, honestly, I think the loss might have been good for him in the long run. You know, better to take a loss in January. Better to take a loss in January than to take a loss in the playoffs. You know, so I think at the end of the day, that loss, I think it sort of woke him up a little bit. And our good friend and resident superfan, Yuli Burstein, coming through with the latest and greatest off the power rankings. Brookline now 3rd in the MIAA power rankings. Yuli, you know I always appreciate you. Thanks for the information, man. So the PA announcer will take over soon. We'll get the starting lineups, the national anthem, and then we'll have the opening tip-off. Once again, my name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Happy to bring you live coverage of today's varsity basketball game. So there was the playing of the national anthem. They just kind of snuck it in on us. I don't know if we got the PA going today. That's a little strange. Yeah, it looks like we're just speed running through this pregame as Brookline's already got their starters out on the floor. It's their usual starting lineup. Number 1, Andrew Alexeyenko. Number 15, Mikhail Hayes. Number 33, Jack Stanton. And the 2 co-captains, number 10, Zach Solom, and number 25, Devani Perez. We'll see what players Milton sends out for their starting lineup in this one. Looks like we got number 1, Ryan Kelly, number 2, Patrick Miller, number 45, Estevan Rodriguez. Looks like number 24, Gregory Domino, and number 15, Chase Vaughan. Here we go. Opening tip between Rodriguez and Alexeyenko. It goes to Solom, and we're underway. Solom swings it over to Stanton on the wing. Stanton starts to dribble in, backing down, going for it. No good. Rebound, Rodriguez. This is Kelly bringing it up for the Wildcats. Swings it over to Domino. Domino now passes it over to Vaughan. Now back to Kelly. Kelly, the mid-range, no good. Rebound is tipped, still being tipped. Still a loose ball, picked up by Solom. Solom running in transition, throws it over to Hayes, but Hayes lost it. Slightly mistimed pass there from Zach Solom to Mikhail Hayes results in a turnover. Still no score early in this one. Domino bringing it up for Milton. Passes over to Kelly. Kelly looking around. Decides to swing it over to Vaughan. Vaughan dribbles in, goes for a shot, blocked by Stanton and recovered by Perez. Perez running the floor, standing up top, starts to dribble in, kicks it out, and I think that pass deflected out of bounds. And oh, it's Brookline ball. Even Brookline is surprised they still have the ball after that one, as they say it was deflected by Milton. The shot clock was also reset because the guys at the scorer's table thought it was out off of Brookline. Basically, the officials are the only ones who think it's Brookline ball, and so they had to adjust the clock and get everyone back there. Inbound to Hayes. Hayes dribbles, decides against shooting, and passes it over to Solom. Solom kicks it to an open Stanton. Stanton, the mid-range shot, no good. Rebound by Rodriguez. Now Kelly bringing it up for Milton. Dribbling up top, and it's stolen away by Hayes. Hayes has got free reign to the basket for the first points of the game. Good on-ball defense by Mikhail Hayes gives Brookline a 2-0 lead. Domino kicks it over to Vaughan. Vaughan looking around, throws a pass, finds Domino. Domino, nice timing on the turnaround. He gets the bucket. Hayes bringing it up for the Warriors. 2-all. Pass to Stanton, down low to Alexeyenko. Alexeyenko going inside, hits the layup easily. 4-2, the Brookline lead. Kelly bringing it up. Throws a pass over to Rodriguez. Rodriguez slings it over to Domino. Fakes, dribbles, now passes it. A shot from Miller. Miller off the mark, collects his own rebound, runs in, passes out to Kelly. Kelly hands it off to Domino. Domino pulls up from the stripe and hits it. All tied at 4 apiece. Hayes now bringing it up, gives it over to Perez. Now to cutting Solom, now outside Alexeyenko from the corner, no good. Rebound is tipped to Domino. Milton dominating the boards so far early in this one. And Domino gets smothered, but gets a pass away to Rodriguez. Rodriguez can't get it through, though. Blocked by Stanton, recovered by Alexeyenko. Kicked over to Perez. Perez fakes, dribbles, throws to a cutting Alexeyenko. Now back up top to Perez. He fakes, steps back, goes for 3. No good. Rebound collected by Alexeyenko. He turns around, off the mark on the jumper. Rebound collected by Kelly, and he throws it off of Solom to keep it Milton ball. Some weird bounces on the rebounds early in this one as the two teams are tied at 4 apiece. Inbound to Miller. Miller gives it to Kelly. Kelly throws it to Rodriguez. Rodriguez decides to dribble in. 2 steps hard to the hoop, but can't finish. Alexienko with the rebound. He runs with it, turns around, gives to Hayes. Hayes starts to dribble in, decides against it, kicks out to Alexienko. Alexienko gets a pick, goes for 3, hits it! Andrew Alexienko with 5 points early today, and he gives Brookline the 7-4 lead off a nice pick from Mikhail Hayes. Kelly dribbling up top, gets a pass to Rodriguez. Rodriguez rifles it down low, and Domino can't collect it. A little too hard on the pass there from Estevan Rodriguez. 4 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Brookline leads 7-4. Perez gives it over to Solom. Solom dribbles around a pick. Throws a pass out to Hayes. Hayes from the wing. Pulls up for a long range, but he's blocked by Rodriguez. Rodriguez throws it over to Vagon. Vagon floats it up for Domino. Domino has it, starts to dribble in. Loose ball, and it ultimately winds up in the hands of Jack Stanton. Now Brookline takes over off another turnover from Milton as Perez brings the ball up. Throws it, intercepted. Vagon running with it. In transition, it's stolen right back by Devani Perez. Perez running with it. Gives it to Alexienko. It's poked loose, and they're going to say last touched by Alexienko. 7-4 remains the score in favor of Brookline, with a little over 3 minutes left here in the first quarter. Patrick Miller bringing it up. Passes it over to Kelly. Kelly looking around, passes over to Miller. Miller pulls up from 3, no good. Rebound by Rodriguez, but he steps on the line. Now Perez bringing it up again for the Warriors. They still lead 7-4. Pass to Alexienko. Alexienko throws it down to Stanton, and we got a foul call. Our first foul call of the day is going to be against Milton's number 45, Estevan Rodriguez. As we got a mass of substitutions, it looks like. An entire lineup substitution for Milton. They've got 5 new players on the floor. Among them, number 55, John Cisse, number 13, Jordan Kufra, number 3, John Glover, and a couple others I'm having trouble seeing. Looks like number 30, Marcus Olivier, and one more I can't quite see. Solom inbounds to Perez. He fakes, dribbles in, pass to Stanton. Stanton can't finish, gets his own rebound, and can't finish again, but he is fouled. The initial block was made by John Cisse. Stanton recovered and got fouled on his putback attempt. And it looks like they're not showing on the scoreboard the player who's called for the foul as Stanton hits his first free throw. Second free throw from Stanton is off the mark. Rebound collected by Glover. Glover bringing it up for the Wildcats. They trail 8-4. Looking around, tries to throw a pass. It's deflected, broken loose, and now recovered. And now after the deflection, gets back to Glover. He pulls up mid-range. No good. Rebound by Solom. Marcus Olivier kept that play alive just barely, but still no points. As Solom cuts it quick to Alexienko from the corner. No good. Rebound by Cisse. Now thrown over to number 14, Luke Haley. Haley is trapped, trying to escape, gets a pass away to Glover. Quick pass to Olivier, back to Glover. Glover is brought into a jump ball by Jack Stanton. Brookline with some nice defensive plays early in this one. Just over 2 minutes left in the first. The score is 8-4. Haley looking around. Throws it in to Olivier. Olivier kicks it out to Cisse. Cisse for three, no good. Rebound collected by Perez. Perez throws a long one. Hayes cannot keep it in bounds. Milton takes over as they inbound to Haley. Haley dribbling up top, gives it over to Glover. Glover runs in, pulls up mid-range. No good, rebound Perez. Perez dribbles it across half court, waits for his teammates. Decides to throw it down low to an open Alexienko for the easy layup. Alexienko now with 7 so far in this first quarter. Milton inbounds to Olivier. Olivier dribbling with it, loses the ball, poked loose by Alexienko, recovered by Solom, almost taken right back by Olivier. Solom keeps it in play and gets it to Hayes. Now Perez, after that temporary scare, brings it across half court. A minute left in the first. Perez decides to take it in himself, goes for the layup, hits it, and the foul. Nice moves by Devontae Perez. He did not have a clean angle on that layup and still made it anyway. Impressive moves to the hoop as he makes it 12-4, the Brookline lead. And for Brookline, we've got their first substitutions of the day. Checking in, number 14, Taj Horowitz, and number 23, Jaden Mazzara, replacing Mikhail Hayes and Zach Solom. Perez completes the three-point play. 13-4 is the Brookline lead with the clock not, okay, now the clock's moving with a minute left. Looking around, this is Kufra. Kufra's pass is deflected by Alexienko and recovered by Mazzara. Mazzara gives it over to Perez. Perez pulls up for a long two, and in and out, no good. Rebound is collected by Haley. He gives it over to Kufra. Kufra travels. Horowitz inbounds to Perez. 30 seconds now left in the first. Brookline leads by 9. Slings a pass over to Mazzara from the wing. No good. Rebound by Kufra. Stanton running in immediately to get his hands on the ball. And they're going to call the foul on Stanton. He was going for another jump ball. He got one of those earlier this quarter, but couldn't get it that time. This is Glover dribbling with it. Looking around. Nowhere to go. He just has to throw it into the air. Somehow gets to Olivier. Olivier kicks it out to Haley from the corner. No good. Airballs it. Rebound by Stanton. His pass deflected. Recovered by Glover. Throws it up. No good. Rebound by Kufra. And his putback just rolls out as the buzzer sounds. We've reached the end of the first quarter. The score through 1. Brookline 13. Milton 4. This broadcast is brought to you in part by Music Go Round, New England's largest retailer of used musical equipment. Located on Route 9 in Natick, Music Go Round prides itself on the quality of its used products and the fair prices it offers to its customers, whether they're buying, selling, or trading in their used gear. Reuse, recycle, and rock. Visit Music Go Round, located on Route 9 in Natick, or go online at mgrboston.com to find out more. Once again, that's mgrboston.com. Stop by, have some fun, and be sure to thank them for sponsoring this broadcast. Through 1, Brookline with a nice 9-point lead, 13-4. Andrew Alexienko leading the way with 7 points in that first quarter. Devontae Perez with 3, Mikhail Hayes with 2, and Jack Stanton with 1. But really the story of that first quarter for Brookline was the defense. A lot of good jobs deflecting the pass, stealing the ball away from ball handlers. You know, just the good defensive fundamentals that you know head coach Courtney Valentine is happy to see from his team early in this one. We start the second quarter. Devani Perez dribbling up top for the Warriors. Starts to dribble in, almost loses the ball but recovers it. Throws a pass out to Mazzara. Jaden Mazzara starts to drive in, goes for the layup, no good. Rebound and put back by Stanton. Jack Stanton now with 3. And now this is Kelly dribbling with it for Milton. Ryan Kelly across half court. Swings it over to Greg Domino. Domino tries to dribble, almost stolen by Perez, but he recovers, kicks it over to Vagon. Vagon to the corner to Kelly. Kelly runs the baseline, hits the floater. Ryan Kelly with the running floater there to cut it back to 9. 15-6 is the score. Pass to Stanton. Stanton looking around. He decides to go for 3. Oh, Jack Stanton, nothing but net from the wing. And the Brookline bench is loving it. That's not his usual shot, but he took it anyway and now has 6 today. Oh, and the ball is ripped loose by Taj Horowitz and recovered by Stanton. Perez running the floor. Still running. Floater hits it. 5 points now for Perez as Milton comes across half court with Domino, gives over to Kelly. 20-6. Now the Brookline lead off of those 2 buckets by Stanton and Perez. Pass over to Vagon. Vagon looking around, gives it to Rodriguez. Up top to Kelly. Kelly dribbles and draws the foul despite being absolutely rejected by Alexienko. So this will be an inbound off a foul call on Brookline. I didn't quite see who it was, but we've got a substitution checking in for Brookline. This is number 12, Jake Edwards, replacing Jack Stanton. Miller looking for the inbound, throws it into Vagon. Vagon backing down, goes for the shot and hits it. 20-8, now the score still in favor of Brookline. Perez slings it over to Mazzara. Mazzara dribbling from the wing. Hands it off to Perez in the corner. Perez starts to run in. Awkward layup, no good. Gets his own rebound, put back, no good. Still a battle for the loose ball. Mazzara comes away with it. The offensive possession continues. A few players decide against shooting, and now it's with Mazzara. Mazzara decides to unload. Hits it! Jaden Mazzara. How about his confidence from three-point land the past couple of games as he gets his first 3 of the day? Domino gets smothered by 3 players but gets a pass away to Kelly. 23-8 the score in favor of Brookline after the 3 by Jaden Mazzara. Vagon starts to dribble in and stops. Gives it out to Domino. Domino runs in, blocked by Alexeyenko. Recovered by Edwards and he gives to Mazzara. Pass over to Perez. Perez fires from downtown, no good. Rebound is collected by Kelly. Kelly trying to throw a pass to Miller, completes it. Miller dribbling with it. Throws it to Kelly. Kelly dribbling up top, he gives it to Vagon. Now over to Miller. Miller throws one down low to an open Domino, kicks it out to Rodriguez. Rodriguez starts to step in, loses the ball. We got a sub checking in for Brookline. That is Mikhail Hayes replacing Devani Perez. And it looks like we've also got a sub for Milton, Luke Haley replacing Estevan Rodriguez. Hayes now bringing the ball up. Throws it over to Mazzara. Mazzara gets an opening, goes for 3, in and out, no good. Taj Horowitz tried to tip the rebound, but he gets called for the over the back. I believe that'll be Brookline's 4th foul so far today. As we get another sub for Brookline, number 2, Sean Ebanks, replacing Andrew Alexienko. Hayes now the only starter on the floor for Brookline as they lead by 15. Kelly dribbling against Hayes, trying to cross half court. He's running out of time and finally gets a pass across half court to Vaughan. Vaughan decides to drive to the hoop, and he draws the foul. That one's going to be called against Sean Ebanks, as I think that will actually be the third foul of the half for Brookline. Both teams with 3 fouls. Was reading the scoreboard wrong there, my mistake. First free throw is no good. In the live chat from Elliot Schickler, I wish I could be in the gym, but I'm under the weather. Brookline looks good on defense, needs to do better rebounding. Elliot, hope you get better soon. And your assessment is pretty accurate so far. Fantastic defense from Brookline, but they're going up against a team with some size and need to figure out how to get more of those rebounds. The second free throw is good. Score now 23-9. As we got a sub checking in for Milton. Didn't quite see who. I think it's Glover replacing Vaughan. Edwards with the ball on the wing, sends it up top to Ebanks. Ebanks swings it over to Mazzara. Mazzara fakes, runs in, steps back, goes for a shot with a man in his face, and he hits it. 5 points for Jaden Mazzara, and you'll love to see the growing confidence of the man off the bench. Miller dribbling with it, throws a pass to Kelly. Kelly slings it over to Glover. Glover passes out of the trap. Pass to the corner to Haley. Haley runs in and loses the ball, but it deflects off of Edwards. 25-9 is the score. 3:34 on the clock here in the second. Inbound to Domino. Pass almost ripped away by Hayes, but Kelly recovers it, runs in. Awkward hook shot. No good. Rebound collected by Edwards. Mazzara now bringing it up for the Warriors. Passes over to Hayes. Hayes decides to run the baseline, goes for an awkward layup, no good, draws the foul. And Mikhail Hayes will be at the line shooting 2. I think they called the foul against Miller, or maybe it was Glover. I couldn't tell how many fingers they were holding up. But it's going to be 2 shots for Mikhail Hayes. The first one rolls in. Hayes now with 3 today, as Zach Solom comes in replacing Taj Horowitz. Second free throw off the mark. Weird deflection off the rebound, but it's ultimately collected by Haley. His pass gets to Miller. Miller across half court, passes out of the trap to Glover. Glover passes it out to Miller. Miller for a deep 3, off the mark, no good. Rebound by Solom. Mazzara now bringing it up for the Warriors. Pass to Ebanks. Ebanks tries to give it to Solom, but it's intercepted. That's Kelly now dribbling with it. Rifles it over to Miller. Miller tries to rifle it, intercepted by Hayes, and Hayes just decides to wait for his teammates. Hayes almost has it poked away, but instead draws a foul. That'll be the 5th foul of the half for the Wildcats. 2:37 left to play here in the second. Brookline leads by 17. Solom throws it into Hayes. Hayes dribbles back up top. Spreading out the floor. He's looking for a drive. Goes in. Goes for the layup. Oh, just off the mark. Rebound by Solom, and Solom gets the putback. First points of the day for Zach Solom. Kelly dribbling across half court. Pass over to Miller. Miller over to Domino. Domino pulls up from mid-range. No good. Well defended by Edwards, and Ebanks collects the rebound, but is stolen by Glover. Gives to Miller. Long 2. No good. Rebound collected by Glover. Glover throws it up top to Haley. Now over to Kelly for 3. No good. And now rebounded by Hayes. Hayes just running with it. Hits traffic, tries to throw it out. Solom saves it, but it's collected by Haley. Haley throws it to Glover in transition, goes for the shot, hits it, and the foul. Ebanks was looking for the charge take, but couldn't get the angle, tried to force the angle, and that just results in a blocking foul. Checking in for Brookline, number 21, Zach Weissman, replacing Jake Edwards. 28-11, the Brookline lead with 1:42 left in the half. John Glover at the line, shooting the and one. His free throw is good. 28-12. As a couple subs check in for Brookline, Alexienko and Stanton return to the floor as we've got a timeout called. 28-12, the Brookline lead, 1:42 on the clock here in the second. From David Silberg, one of our regulars here on the stream. Total team effort today, great stuff. And also great effort from Glover for Milton. I agree with both points. Glover put in a big effort on that drive to draw the foul. And it really has been a total team effort. Brookline really showing some well-rounded abilities these past couple of games. You know, and I'm really happy for Jaden Mazzara, the confidence he's showing to take, you know, some of the more difficult shots and to hit them. You know, when the shot starts falling and that confidence goes up, that's good for the team all around. And then I would say don't sleep on Mikhail Hayes. I mean, he missed that last layup attempt, but he doesn't miss those a lot. If he's allowed to spread the floor and just get the dribble drive like that, he'll go off for like 16. So, you know, keep your eyes peeled for that if they keep giving him those openings, because he will go off if they do. Mark my words. Inbound to Mazzara. 1:42, 28-12, the Brookline lead. Mazzara gives it to Alexienko. Alexienko throws it down low to Stanton, barely collects it, turns around, shoots no good. Rebound collected by Domino. Given to Haley. Haley across half court for the Wildcats. Passes it over to Olivier. Olivier gets trapped, barely gets the ball away to Kufra. Kufra throws it, but it's deflected and taken away by Solom. Solom runs it across half court. Now dribbling up top, swings it over to Mazzara. Mazzara down low to Alexienko. Alexienko surveying his options, starts to back down, throws it over to Solom. Solom for three, hits it! Zach Solom with the three ball. He's now got 5 today. 31-12, the Brookline lead. This is Kufra giving it over to Olivier. Olivier throws it to Haley. Haley runs in, throws it down low, just misses the mark on an attempted pass for Vagan. Inbound to Mazzara, throws it up to Alexienko. Alexienko throws it to a wide-open Weissman. Weissman now sends it back up top to Solom, gives it over to Mazzara. Mazzara from downtown, no good. Ball is lost out of bounds, and that'll be Milton ball. 29.9 seconds left here in the second. Brookline leads by 19. Inbound to Haley. Haley takes it across half court. Gives it over to Olivier. And we got an off-ball foul that's going to be called on Jaden Mazzara as he got a little too wrapped up there with Luke Haley. That'll be foul number 6 on Brookline for the half. Neither team in the bonus with just 19.3 seconds left. Pass is broken up by Weissman. Solom chases down the loose ball, throws it to Weissman as he's falling, and Weissman buries it. How about that? Domino running with it. Tries to kick it out, finds Vagan. Vagan goes for the floater and gets the rim roll. And that'll run out the clock for the half. But how about that last bucket off the efforts of Zach Weissman and Zach Solom? The two Zachs getting it done to end the half for Brookline as they'll go into halftime with a 33-14 lead. And now, a word from our sponsors. First, from Music Go Round. Music Go Round is the largest retailer of used musical equipment in New England and is the perfect place to go for both buying and selling used gear. Music Go Round prides itself on the quality of its used products, which are all tested and retested to ensure they're in great working condition and sold at a great price. And when you bring in your own equipment to sell or to trade, the store's certified buyers will offer you a fair price. They will explain the basis of the offer and even tell you how much they hope to resell it for, operating on a model of complete transparency. Reuse, recycle, and rock. Visit Music Go Round, located at 810 Worcester Street in Natick, or call the store for more information at 508-647-6874. Once again, that's 810 Worcester Street on Route 9 in Natick, or call 508-647-6874. And be sure to thank the folks at Music Go Round for sponsoring this broadcast. And now for a word from our other sponsor, Harvest Wealth Management. We have a message for all you parents out there listening to the game who are thinking about how you're going to pay for college for your young student athletes. It is never too early to start planning for college, especially if you think you'll need financial aid. The average cost of a private 4-year college in the U.S. today is over $50,000 per year. And if your student is interested in one of the many top-tier colleges in the Boston area, the cost could exceed $70,000 a year. But don't despair. There are many financial aid and other college funding strategies available to you to reduce your out-of-pocket college costs by tens of thousands of dollars per child per year. But you need to start early, be proactive, and learn the financial aid rules to take advantage of these strategies. Harvest Wealth Management of Needham, Massachusetts can help you realize your student's college dream. Harvest Wealth Management is a full-service financial planning firm. They specialize in helping families with college-bound children maximize their financial aid and use other tax-driven strategies to reduce college costs. For many families in the middle class today, it is impossible to save enough for their children's college education. Harvest Wealth Management believes it is not about saving more for college, but paying less. They can design a customized college funding strategy for your child and lead you through the financial aid process, which can be confusing and where mistakes can be costly. So don't stress. Call Oliver Shawley at Harvest Wealth Management, 781-902-0981, and ask for a complimentary meeting, or visit them online at harvestwm.com to learn more. Again, that is Harvest Wealth Management, LLC, at 75 2nd Avenue, Suite 420, Needham, Massachusetts, 02494. Call 781-902-0981 or go online at harvestwm.com. Advisory services offered through Commonwealth Financial Network, a registered investment advisor. And now for a word about a local charity doing some good in this area, the Brookline Food Pantry. The Brookline Food Pantry provides groceries to Brookline residents in need of food assistance. The pantry saw a huge increase in demand for food assistance at the start of the COVID-19 pandemic, and that number, unfortunately, has not gone back down. Since March of 2020, the food pantry has served an average of 650 to 700 households each week, more than 4 times the rate of families served pre-COVID. The Brookline Food Pantry is fighting the good fight to end hunger in our community, and they are always looking for more people willing to lend a hand, whether through monetary donations, direct food donations, or volunteers in the pantry. Food donations can be made at United Parish Church at 210 Harvard Street in Brookline on Wednesdays from 10:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. and on Fridays from 9:30 a.m. to noon. Visit brooklinefoodpantry.org or call 617-800-5339 for more information about how you can help feed your community. Once again, that's brooklinefoodpantry.org or call 617-800-5339. And remember, if you or anyone you know knows of any local businesses that you think might be interested in sponsoring these streams, or if you know of any local charities that you think deserve a shout out at halftime of these broadcasts, you can reach out to me and find out. You can find my email address in the description of this video, jgms88@gmail.com. You can also find, the information about the sponsors and charity that we've spotlighted here today. Music Go Round and Harvest Wealth Management and the Brookline Food Pantry, information all in the description section of this video. You can also find the URL for my personal website, jessesports.com, if you want to find out more about me and the services I provide. You can also find a link to my Instagram account if you want to see some of the highlights that I post from the games that I stream. And remember, if you're enjoying the broadcast, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and participate in the live chat, because we've got some good ones going already, and I'm looking forward to more. I'll be taking a brief break to rehydrate for the second half. Stay tuned. And I'm back on the mic. Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan coming to you live from Schluntz Gym on the campus of Brookline High School in Brookline, Massachusetts, bringing you live coverage of this high school boys basketball contest between the hosting Brookline High Warriors and the visiting Milton High Wildcats. Looking at the score so far, Brookline with a very comfortable lead, 33-14, as we get ready for the second half. Rounding out the scoring for Brookline, first off, we have Andrew Alexeyenko with a team-leading 7 points, all coming in the first quarter. Jack Stanton with 6 points is in second. And then we got 3 players with 5 points each. Both co-captains, Devani Perez and Zach Solom, and then Jaden Mazzara off the bench. Mikhail Hayes has added 3 points, and Zach Weissman has 2. We got some good stuff going in the live chat from David Silberg. Jaden's always been a great shooter, and it's great to see it start to happen in these games. Could not agree more. From David Martell, love the run and gun. They are fearless. David, great to see you in the chat. Can't wait to see Jack playing on the baseball diamond come spring. From Elliot Schickler, Brookline did a better job rebounding in the second quarter and looked much crisper. Everyone is playing well for the Warriors. Absolutely true. Thank you, Jesse, for doing this broadcast. You're amazing with the camera, and your coverage is great. I'm glad this technology is available, which enables me to cover the game from home. Hey, I'm happy to provide, Elliot, and I'm loving your commentary so far. This has been a fun one. Let's see what we get in the second half. Milton starts us off. This is Miller bringing it across half court for the Wildcats, and he double dribbled. I think he carried. And so Brookline is going to get the ball immediately off the turnover. Inbound goes to Mikhail Hayes. Passes over to Alexeyenko, who immediately pulls up from 3. No good. Rebound collected by Stanton. Throws it out to Perez. Perez decides to unload from 3, and he hits it. With a man in his face, Perez does not care. He's hit a couple of difficult-to-hit shots. He is feeling it today. He's got 8. Domino dribbling around and has to now look around for a passing option. Finally rifles a pass, and that's going to go to the backcourt for another turnover for Milton. we've all been saying it, both me on my stream and you guys in the live chat. The team defense from Brookline today has been fantastic. Hayes dribbling up top, floats a pass over to Stanton. Stanton from 3 again, not this time. But the ball is lost loose and Hayes gets the offensive board. Now Perez from the corner, no good. Rebound is collected by Solom. Pass down low to Alexienko, kicks it out to Hayes. Hayes runs in, throws it to Stanton. Stanton backing down, looking for his angle, decides to throw it out to Solom. Solom pulls up from 3, no good. And tapped by Perez, but he went over the back, so that'll be a foul on Devani Perez. (36-14), Brookline leads by 22. Kelly dribbling across half court, gives it over to Vagon. Vagon fakes a pass one way and throws it over Domino's head and out of bounds. I don't think Milton has even attempted a shot yet this quarter. We're a minute and a half into the third quarter, and Milton has just had 3 back-to-back-to-back turnovers. Hayes bringing it up, throws it over to Solom, over to Perez, over to Stanton now, to Hayes in the corner. Hayes decides to run the line, pass to Stanton. Stanton gets stuffed by Rodriguez, and now Kelly running with it. He gets trapped, has to throw a desperate pass to Miller. Miller fakes, runs, throws a pass, deflected out of bounds by Alexienko. Domino throws it into Miller, who gets a shot off the pick. No good. Rebound is collected by Kelly. I think Brookline wanted a travel but didn't get it. Now the running floater, no good. Rebound by Rodriguez, and he can't get a pass away. That's going to be another turnover for Milton. Still 36-14 the score, 5:58 on the clock here in the third. Perez bringing it up for Brookline. He has got 8 points and leads the team. Passes over to Alexienko. Alexienko dribbling in, and he steps on the line and turns it over. Inbound to Domino. Cross half court. Gets around a couple defenders, runs in, and kicks it out to the corner. A shot from Miller is off the mark. Rebound Rodriguez. Put back, no good, but he draws the foul. Jack Stanton not backing down with a tough defensive assignment against a much taller opponent in Esteban Rodriguez, who now goes to the line for 2. His first free throw off the mark. Second is good. 36-15. Hayes brings it slowly across half court as Brookline sets up their offense. Starts to dribble in, hands it off to Perez. Perez throws it to a wide open Stanton. Great ball movement by Brookline, and Stanton buries it. He's got 8 today. Domino rifles it to Vagon. Vagon pulls up for a long 2. No good. Rebound is lost out of bounds, and it's going to stay with Milton. Some great unselfish basketball there. Great passes from Hayes, and then Perez, and then Stanton gets an easy layup. Vagon loses the ball, and it's going to stay with Milton again. 5 minutes left here in the third. Brookline leads 38-15. Kelly throws it in to Vagon. Vagon gives to Kelly. Kelly dribbling with it, hands it off. This is Domino. He gives it to Vagon. Vagon pulls up for a long 2. Couldn't bury it, and the rebound is collected by Perez. Perez gives it to Solom. Solom for 3, hits it! Zach Solom feeling it from outside. That's his second 3 of the day, and he's got 8. Kelly holding it. Decides to dribble in, goes for the shot, blocked by Stanton. No foul, but it is lost out of bounds. Three players for Brookline now share the lead with 8 points as two subs come in, Taj Horowitz and Jaden Mazzara, replacing Mikhail Hayes and Zach Solom. 41-15 is the score. Inbound to Rodriguez, turns around for the shot, no good. Rebound Alexienko. Perez bringing it up, slings it to Horowitz. Horowitz for the lay-in, doesn't get it but gets the foul. Another nice find on the pass by Devani Perez. Horowitz now at the line, shooting two. First one is off the mark. 41-15 is the score in favor of Brookline as Jake Edwards checks in, replacing Devani Perez. And a full 5 substitutions coming in for Milton as they bring out John Cisse, Marcus Olivier, John Glover, Luke Haley, and Jordan Kufra. Second free throw from Horowitz is good. He's got his first point of the day as he makes it 42-15. Haley inbounds to Glover, who hands off back to Haley. Haley dribbles across half court, gets smothered, and that's a steal for Alexienko. Clear the runway! Oh, he goes for the layup. 9 now for Alexienko, his first points since the first. Olivier goes for the layup and buries it. Sorry, I got a little overexcited on that layup by Alexienko. I thought he was going to go for another dunk. Got a little too happy there. My apologies. 44-17, the Brookline lead. Mazzara floats it over to Stanton. Stanton dribbles, gives it to Edwards. Edwards from the corner. Passes to Alexienko. Alexienko unloads for 3. Oh, Andrew Alexienko. No fear on that shot. He's got 12. And that is going to be a foul on Alexienko. A little too tight on the defense against Marcus Olivier. Brookline now leads by 30, 47-17 after those quick 5 points from Andrew Alexienko. 3:22 on the clock here in the third quarter. Haley inbounds to Glover. Glover throws it down low to Cisse. Cisse smothered, kicks it out. And that's a shot from Glover, no good. Rebound by Alexienko. Alexienko gives it over to Edwards, to the corner to Horowitz. Horowitz, the corner 3, no good. Rebound Stanton. Stanton goes for the putback and hits it. Jack Stanton has been looking so good the past couple of games. Usually a guy pretty quiet on the stat sheet. Now back-to-back games with double digits. He now has 10. Horowitz with the steal. Horowitz running with it. Hits the layup. Taj Horowitz bringing the hustle off the bench. He's now got 3 on the day, and we've got a timeout. 51-17 the score in favor of Brookline with 2:44 left here in the third. From David Silberg, everyone should see some action for the Warriors now. And it definitely is seeming like one of those games, sort of like what we saw against Walpole on Tuesday, where everybody was getting a chance to see the floor, everyone was getting a good chance to score. And we've gotten a certain number of points off the bench for sure. I mean, the starters have been leading the way. Andrew Alexienko with 12, Jack Stanton with 10, the co-captains Perez and Solom with 8 points each. But then we got 5 points from Mazzara, 3 from Horowitz, and 2 from Zach Weissman. So 10 points off the bench for Brookline. You know, we're seeing flashes here and there. And you know what? For your guys coming off the bench, a lot of times that's all you need. If they're able to provide those little extra sparks here and there, then they've got a strong enough starting lineup that those guys can carry it when they've got that little bit of support that they need from the bench. Glover running the floor, goes for the floater, no good. Rebound by Cisse, and he gets the putback. 51-19. Mazzara bringing it up for Brookline. He's got 5 today. throws it over to Sean Ebanks. Now to Edwards. Edwards looking around. Throws it over to Ebanks. Ebanks throws it to Horowitz. Horowitz throws it out to Mazzara. Mazzara loses the ball. It's taken away by Glover. Glover running the floor. Passes to Cisse. Cisse goes in. Blocked by Edwards. Recovered by Horowitz, and Horowitz is running it in transition, bringing the speed again. He decides to hand it out to Mazzara as they reset on the offense. Mazzara dribbling from the wing. Passes to a cutting Weissman. Kicks it out to Horowitz. Horowitz decides to dribble in, throws to Weissman. Weissman losing the ball. It's lost out of bounds, and it's going to be Milton ball. One of those moments where the extra pass does not pay off. You can't throw it low in the paint like that when there's a bunch of bodies down there. It's just not going to work out. Glover throws it to Cisse. Cisse runs in. Awkward layup, no good, but he does draw the foul. Cisse, the first free throw off the front rim, no good. Score remains 51-19, a minute 31 left here in the third. Second free throw is good. Mazzara bringing it up. Pass to Edwards. Edwards from downtown, off the mark, no good. Rebound by Haley, and he hands off to Kufra. Kufra throws it over to Olivier. Olivier to Kufra. Kufra fires for the long two. Off the mark, rebound by Mazzara. Mazzara swings it over to Horowitz. Horowitz runs in, goes for the lay-in. How about Taj Horowitz? He's got 5 now today off a nice dribble drive there. Kufra fires from mid-range. No good. Rebound by Olivier. Throws it out to Cisse. Cisse for 3. Off the mark. Rebound collected casually by Mazzara. Mazzara running the floor. Now slowing it down. Dribbling from the left wing. Decides to hand it off to Weissman. Weissman sends it up top to Edwards. Edwards for 3. Off the mark again. Weissman tried to save it, but could not do it. You can tell Edwards just slightly off the mark in his feel on those three-point shots as he's now airballed 2 in a row. But we know that players can sort of get that feel back in time as Cisse runs in, goes for the lay-in, no good. Rebound by Olivier, goes for the putback and draws the foul. And I say that knowing from players from this team. I mean, Jalen Haynes was having a horrible slump, missing every open 3 he got. And then on Tuesday, he unloads for 3 trays and 11 points, and you sort of feel like he's got that feel back. Same thing with Zach Solom. He had a couple of very low-scoring games where his shots weren't falling. And now he's got this game today. He's got 2 threes and 8 points. As Olivier goes for his second free throw and hits the second, 53-21 is the Brookline lead with 15 seconds left here in the third quarter. Mazzara bringing it up slowly, passes to Edwards, now to Weissman in the corner. Weissman dribbles in, kicks it out to Horowitz. Horowitz runs in, kicks it out to Ebanks. Ebanks over to Edwards. Edwards from 3 again. This time he hits it! What did I say? What did I just say? Once a guy gets a feel for it, he can hit it. Three-pointers can really be just about muscle memory if you keep getting the open looks. And that time, Jake Edwards buried it. A nice note to end the third quarter. 56-21, the Brookline lead. From the live chat, Elliot Schickler again. Brookline is looking good. Everyone is playing well. Milton has played better since it called timeout. Taj Horowitz is playing well. That's true. It's been a very well-rounded game for Brookline and definitely a high-quality game from Taj Horowitz. You know, he's bringing that aggressive defense that he's always known for off the bench, but now also being able to finish at the hoop a couple of times for 5 points today. Jake Edwards getting his first 3 off that last second shot. as he joins the number of different scores for Brookline, which is currently at, let me count for you, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different players have now scored for Brookline. The only player who's been on the floor that hasn't yet scored today is Sean Ebanks. Jalen Haynes has not been playing today. Obviously, Obi Ukamadu has been hurt for a long time. As they now pass it over to Ebanks. We are at the start of the fourth quarter to a cutting Horowitz, and he's got 7. The second unit getting their playing time, and they're making the most of it, 58-21. Domino dribbles in, goes for the layup, no good. Rebound by Horowitz. Horowitz wrestling against Rodriguez for it, and it's a jump ball. Possession arrow goes to Milton. A little bit of a discussion between the officials and players. 7 minutes and 34 seconds on the clock here in the fourth. 58-21 is the Brookline lead. They lead by 37. And I'm not sure what's going on as they're talking between players, and they're sending Vaughan and Weissman to the bench. I'm not sure why, but, you know, in comes Alexienko for Brookline, and number 31, Roderick Tobin, seeing the floor for the first time for Milton off of whatever that was. Inbound goes to Domino. Up top to Miller. Miller throws it down to Rodriguez. Rodriguez turns around, misses. Rebound by Ebanks. Mazzara throws a long one to Horowitz. Horowitz kicks it out to Alexienko. He fires from 3 and hits it. Alexienko now with 15 points to lead the team. As Kelly dribbling with it. Pass, finds Miller. Miller loses the ball. It's recovered by Ebanks. He gives it to Mazzara. Mazzara throws it to Horowitz from the corner. No good. Rebound collected by Rodriguez. He throws it ahead to Domino. Domino running in, coming around, throws a pass out to Miller. Miller throws to an open Tobin. Tobin dribbles in, goes for an awkward layup. Doesn't hit it, but does draw the foul. (61-21) the score off the 3 ball from Alexienko makes it a 40-point game in favor of Brookline, 61-21. Roderick Tobin at the line, shooting 2. Misses the first. Brookline has 5 fouls this half. Milton has none. Or Milton has 1. As the scoreboard just added 1. That was weird. Second free throw off the mark. Alexienko with the rebound. Gives it to Mazzara. Mazzara fires from 3. Hits it! Jaden Mazzara now with 8. Kelly dribbling with it. Kicks it out to Miller. Miller for 3. No good. Rebound is poked loose, but recovered by Kelly. Kelly dribbles in. Goes for the shot. Somehow hits it. He had the much taller Alexienko right in his face, but he somehow came at a strange enough angle that it couldn't be blocked. Pass to Alexienko. Alexienko runs in, decides to pass to Ebanks. Ebanks can't bury it. Oh, but the tip in. And I think that one goes to Ebanks. I'm going to say that one either goes to Ebanks or Alexienko. And I'm going to say that's Ebanks, so everyone has now scored. Miller for the shot, blocked by Alexienko. And he throws a pass back out to Kelly. Kelly trying to dribble through, gets through, goes for the pass to Rodriguez, and it's ripped away by Horowitz. Horowitz throws it to Mazzara. Mazzara gives to Ebanks, to Alexienko for 3. Oh, Alexienko feeling it from downtown. He's got 18. Kelly dribbling with it, 69-23. Kelly from 3, he hits it. First points in a good bit for Milton High School, as it's now 69-26, and we got a timeout called. Ten different point scorers, assuming that that tip-in is credited to Ebanks. So yeah, that is 10 different scores for Brookline in a day that quite honestly has been more highlighted by the defensive efforts than the offensive. I mean, for as explosive as Brookline has been, they still haven't scored as much as they did on Tuesday. They put up 84 on Tuesday, but they also gave up 52. Now they've scored 69, and they've only given up 26. Andrew Alexienko with a team-leading 18 as he checks out, and Zach Weissman comes back into the game. After being told to leave the game for what I can only describe at this present moment as a reason. Mazzara dribbling up top, gives over to Horowitz on the wing. Horowitz throws it up top to Weissman, now over to Mazzara. Mazzara unloads again and hits it again. Jaden Mazzara now with double figures. He's got 3 threes today. 11 points for the senior. Pass goes over to Cisse. Cisse dribbles, pulls back, looking around for a passing option, and it's ripped loose by Weissman. Horowitz dribbling with it, just takes some time to get control and hand off to Mazzara. Mazzara throws to Horowitz. Horowitz to Edwards. Edwards out to Ebanks. Ebanks decides to give to Horowitz. Horowitz to Edwards. Edwards' pass is deflected and lost. And it's now being dribbled by number 21, who is not on my roster. Gives it over to Miller. Miller for 3. No good. Loose ball on the rebound. Recovered by number 5, who is also not on my roster. His putback fails, but he recovers it himself. Decides to go for 3. No good again. Rebound right in the lap of Weissman. Now Mazzara bringing it up. 72-26 the score. 4 minutes left in this one. Mazzara to Ebanks. Ebanks along to... No good. Rebound fought for, and they're going to call the foul on Weissman. By the scoreboard clock, that's 7 team fouls, and that should be the bonus. And it looks like it will be, as they're going to correct the slight error there and send a man to the line for the 1-and-1. First free throw from number 5 is off the mark. Rebound by Tobin, and nice putback by Roderick Tobin. 72-28. Mazzara slings it over to Ebanks, then to Edwards, stays in bounds. Edwards dribbles in, kicks to Ebanks. Ebanks goes inside, no good on the layup, but does draw the foul on Cisse. That'll be just the second foul of the half for Milton High. And it'll be 2 free throws for Sean Ebanks. His first one is no good, as Perez checks back in, replacing Mazzara, who has had a very nice day off the bench. 11 points and 3 trays. And we got a lane violation. Free throw was off the mark anyway, and so the score will remain at 72-28. 3.5 minutes left here in the fourth. Number 21 dribbling with it, passes over to Miller. Miller looking around, dribbling around a pick, gives it to Tobin. Tobin for the layup, no good. Rebound number 5, no good on the putback. Rebound by Ebanks. Perez now dribbling with it. Perez running the floor. Turns around, tries to give to Weissman. No good on that one. It's stolen away. And Perez tries to rip it away from behind, but can't do it cleanly. That'll be foul number 8 on Brookline, and so the bonus shots will be taken by number 5. From David Martell, Brookline has a deep bench, and they have gunners. Impressive. As the first of the 1-and-1 is no good. Rebound by Edwards. Perez brings it up and throws it to Horowitz. Now back out to Perez. Perez all by himself, and he just decides to casually unload from 3. No good on the rebounds, but Ebanks with the offensive board gives it to Weissman, and Weissman buries it. Weissman now has 4. Cisse dribbling with it, less than 3 minutes left. Cisse gives it out to 21. Back up top to Cisse. He fires from 3. No good. 5 saves it, but it goes right to Perez. Devani Perez almost has it stolen from behind, but he gets it out to Weissman. Weissman dribbles in, goes for the lay-in, almost hits it, but no good. Rebound 21. Pass now to 5. 5 running in, and just goes for an uncontested layup. We're at a very casual stage of the game. 2 minutes left, and Brookline leads by over 40. Perez dribbling up top, passes to Weissman. Weissman kicks out to Perez. Perez dribbling, gives it back to Weissman. Weissman gives it out to Horowitz. Horowitz dribbles in, goes for the layup. No good. Rebound by Cisse. Cisse throws a pass over to Tobin. Tobin, the mid-range jumper, no good. Rebound by Ebanks. Perez still dribbling with it, kicks it out to Ebanks. Ebanks just kind of holding it right now, gives it to Perez in the corner. Perez just kind of holding it and throwing it to Horowitz. And now over to Edwards. Brookline just kind of running out the clock at this point. They've got more than enough points already, as Perez decides to unload for the long 2 and hits it. Devani Perez only just now reaching double figures with 10 points off that long 2, as he didn't need to do a whole bunch today. It's been a very well-rounded team effort, as Perez now just steals it, goes for the fast break lay-in. So it's now 12 for Devani Perez, as one of his patented steals makes it a 48-point game. 21 draws the foul from Horowitz, and he'll go to the line for the 1-and-1. So Brookline just 1 basket away from recording their 3rd straight game with at least 80 points. And this one, perhaps their most dominant yet. First shot from 21 is good. So he'll get to shoot the second one. Second free throw is good. Ebanks the inbound to Perez. As again, they're just kind of dribbling this one out. Perez throws it to Weissman. Weissman for 3, no good. Rebound by Cisse. Given over to Haley. Haley getting swarmed, gives it out to Cisse. Cisse now dribbling to the hoop. They're not even really trying to defend him at this point. You know, folks are just hoping to not get hurt, and with less than 30 seconds on the clock, Brookline can just dribble this out at this point. 78-34 is the score, and likely that will be the final unless someone decides to fire a shot. As right now, Brookline is just kind of passing around. Just 5 seconds left, and this is how the game is going to end. Brookline with their 3rd straight victory as they defeat the Milton High Wildcats by a final score of 78-34. There is no other way to describe that game than complete. That was a complete game from the Brookline Warriors today. Perhaps the most complete we've ever seen of this team all season. Offense, defense, the transition game, everything. Points off the starters, points off the bench. They had everything today, and it showed in the final margins. A 44-point victory, the largest margin of victory for Brookline to date. And they improve to 10-1 with this victory, unless I've missed my count. And they are showing why they are ranked so highly. 3rd in the MIAA power rankings as of today, 7th in the Boston Globe poll as of the 25th. And they look like a top team. These past couple of games, they looked like a top team. You know, last week, the games against Cambridge and Braintree, they looked like a vulnerable top team. This week, they just look like a top team. You know, I think they needed a week like this. Thank you all for tuning in and watching this one. Let's round out the stats for today. Let's show the point totals. Andrew Alexeyenko leads the way for Brookline, as usual. 18 points on the day today. Devani Perez, as usual, among the top scorers. He finished with 12. Jaden Mazzara, an impressive outing off the bench. He finished with 11. Jack Stanton, who is not a high scorer for much of this season, has now recorded back-to-back double-digit games. He finished this one with 10. Zach Solom, who had hit a bit of a scoring slump, he hits a pair of trays and finishes with 8 points of his own. Taj Horowitz, a couple of nice dribble drives as he finishes with 7 off of the bench. Zach Weissman managed to hit a couple of buckets and finish with 4. Mikhail Hayes rounded out the starting lineup with 3. Jake Edwards tallied 3 of his own with a last-second three-pointer to end the third quarter. And then Sean Ebanks hit a tip back that, you know, if I review the film, it might go to him, it might go to Alexeyenko, but assuming it goes to him, that's 10 different point scores for Brookline, as everyone who saw the floor found the bottom of the hoop. And almost the entire varsity roster, period. You know, Jalen Haynes wasn't playing today. Obiu Kamadu still hurt. You know, you can see him in his arm sling over on the other side right there. But just a really complete game from Brookline. Some last points from the live chat. Brookline is now 11-1. Thank you for the correction, Elliot. I appreciate it. Great job, Brookline. Great job, Jesse. Everyone, make sure you read my write-ups and previous write-ups on Brookline Patch. So, yeah, from one media member to another. Shout out to Elliot Schickler for writing up the games on Brookline Patch. Some other nice comments. David Martell, thanks, Jesse. Great win. Thank you. It's, you know, always nice to see a familiar name tuning in. You know, loving this season, but also simultaneously cannot wait for baseball. From Elizabeth Differ, congratulations, coaches and players. Thank you, Jesse. Awesome game, fellas. Absolutely an awesome game. And thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you all for the kind words. I appreciate it. And a little bit of an update from the girls, thanks to, again, Elliot Schickler. The Brookline girls were leading 36-12 at half. So pretty solid foundation there. But here from Schlentz Gym, the final score, Brookline 78, Milton 34. The Warriors take the win, improve to 11-1, and further prove themselves as a top 3 team in the MIAA power rankings in Division 1 with a very thorough defeat of the Milton High Wildcats. Thank you all for tuning in. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Remember, if you look in the description section of the video, you can see information about our paying sponsors, the local businesses Music Go Round and Harvest Wealth Management. A special thank you to them, as always, for sponsoring this broadcast. Their support means I can keep the prices low and affordable for the teams that commission me to cover games. And, of course, if I keep it low and affordable, that means they bring me for more games, and that means you guys get to watch more games. So be sure to support the folks that support me. Of course, shout out to the local charity, the Brookline Food Pantry, all the good work that they do. Happy to be able to shout them out in my own little way with my little halftime messages. In the description section, you can also see my personal website, jessesports.com. You can also see my email address, jgms88@gmail.com, if you want to contact me directly about commissioning my services. You can also find a link to my Instagram account where I post highlights from games that I've covered. And remember, as always, if you enjoyed the broadcast, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel to stay on top of all of my upcoming broadcasts, as this team is scheduled to go on the road against Cathedral on Sunday. With the blizzard coming in, there's a chance that won't happen. But as of this moment, it is going to happen. And as of this moment, I am booked to go to that game. So if it happens, and, you know, if I'm able to get there and park safely, then I will be there and I will cover that game. Should be a good one. Other than that, that's going to wrap it up. From Schlentz Gym on the campus of Brookline High School in Brookline, Massachusetts. The final score, Brookline 78, Milton 34. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Thank you all for watching, and have a good night.